Young Johnny Cash, late 50s. Look at that fancy Gibson. Custom inlays, beautiful finish. But it wasn't really him. He always went back to the plain Martins. No flash, just wood and wire. A working man's guitar for a working man's songs.
The poet laureate of rock and roll. But on the road, Chuck Berry was famously difficult. He'd hire a new local backing band in every city and demand they know his songs perfectly, often firing them on stage if they missed a single note. The very first photo shoot of the Rolling Stones, 1962. This isn't the Stadium supergroup. This is a raw, young blues band, fresh from their first ever gig. The humble, quiet beginning of the world's greatest rock and roll band. A young Eric Clapton in 1964 with his grandmother who raised him. The complex circumstances of his childhood, discovering later in life the truth about his family, deeply affected him and became a powerful emotional undercurrent in his music throughout his career. The Byrds, pioneers of folk rock. On their 1965 breakthrough hit, an electric version of Mr. Tambourine Man, Roger McGuinn was the only Byrd who actually played. The rest of the music was performed by the legendary Wrecking Crew. Zeppelin on the road in 1969. The band's legendary second album was written entirely during their wild first American tours. Riffs were born in hotel rooms and recorded in studios across the country, capturing their raw live energy on tape. A young Bruce Springsteen with his hard rock band Steel Mill. They were a heavy Zeppelin-influenced power trio who were once offered a record deal but turned it down, a fateful decision that sent Bruce on the path to creating the E Street Band. Before the Silver Bullet Band, before the stadiums, before night moves, this, just a guy with a guitar grinding it out. 10 years of this before anyone outside Detroit knew his name. The voice was always there. The world just hadn't caught up yet. The Kings of Southern Rock. Their legendary album, At Fillmore East, is the gold standard for live records. The label hated the idea and wanted a studio album, but the band knew their epic jams could only be truly captured on stage. Soundcheck in an empty stadium, 1973. Steely Dan actually playing live, rare sight. Fagen and Becker hated the road. Too unpredictable, too imperfect. A couple more tours and they'd vanish into the studio for good. This is one of the last times. Keith Moon's 28th birthday, 1974. Moon the Loon in full effect. The parties were legendary, and so was the wreckage. This is Keith at his wildest, the man who played drums like no one else and lived like there was no tomorrow. There almost wasn't. A songwriters' summit at Gordon Lightfoot's Toronto home. Joni Mitchell was just there to hang out with Dylan's Rolling Thunder Revue, but she ended up joining the tour, a surprise addition that made a legendary show even greater. Aja. They'd quit touring years ago. Too messy, too loud. The studio was their world now. Endless takes, the best session players money could buy. Two perfectionists who wouldn't stop until every note was right. And it was. Tom Petty in 1979. The year Damn the Torpedoes made him a superstar. But he was at war with his label, going deep into personal debt to record the album himself. He hid the master tapes in his home until the legal battle was finally won. The crowd for the Permanent Waves tour in 1980. This was the moment Rush cracked the mainstream code. They streamlined their complex sound without selling out, paving the way for moving pictures and proving that prog rock could dominate the radio. Tom and Stevie. She once said she would have left Fleetwood Mac to join the Heartbreakers. That's how much she loved him. This wasn't a showbiz friendship. This was real. Two writers who understood each other. You can see it right here. (1984). The year Van Halen ruled the world with the album 1984 and the smash hit Jump. This legendary leap, which defined 80s rock photography, was actually captured by photographer Niels Loselher during the pre-show soundcheck in Salt Lake City. Two legends and the best of friends. Their bond was so strong it survived even after Eric Clapton married George Harrison's ex-wife, Pattie Boyd. George attended the wedding and jokingly started calling himself Eric's husband-in-law. Genesis in 1986. During the colossal Invisible Touch tour, they were the undisputed kings of stadium pop rock. By this point, they had perfected the formula that made them one of the biggest and smartest bands of the entire decade. The original Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1987. This is a moment of calm before a major transition. Just 1 year later, guitarist Hillel Slovak, far left, would be gone, taken way too young. His passing devastated the band, but led directly to John Frusciante joining and the classic lineup being born. (1988). The year Guns N' Roses truly became the most dangerous band in the world. While on tour opening for their heroes, Aerosmith, their explosive live shows were so powerful, they threatened to blow the headliners off the stage every single night. Pearl Jam in 1992, the year their debut album 10 made them unwilling superstars. Almost immediately, they began to rebel against their own fame, refusing to make music videos and launching their legendary and costly legal war against Ticketmaster. Keith Richards in 1995, the face of rock and roll survival. This was the era of the Voodoo Lounge Tour and the acoustic Stripped album, a time when the Stones looked back at their roots, led by the man who embodies them,